And so we came across to a purpose of stories for children written by children in Catalan. So we also carry out this some experiment on this purpose. Right. Yeah, well, ambiguity played an important role, and we found out, it was sort of interesting, that the Romance languages like Italian and Catalan seem to be less predictable than English. Maybe this is because of the way English, well, the way texts are written in English, there is the trend to write the text shorter. And so this was especially the case for the quotation in Italian, that sometimes were a little bit longer. And with respect to the part of speech information, we realized that verbs and nouns were the ones, the categories that provoke ambiguity most of the time. We decided, on top of the preliminary results we obtained, that were amazing, we decided to add some other patterns, like in order to consider polarity, positive, negative, templates. Sometimes, I don't know in this part of the world, but at least in Europe, there are kind of jokes that have the same template. I don't know, there is an Englishman, an Italian man, and a Spanish man. Then maybe you go to France and a Spanish man and other two nationalities. So we wanted to see if this kind of templates were exploited, could help in the recognition of some of the supposedly funny texts. Then the emotion, effectiveness, and also some adult slang and related to the humor domain. Some previous patterns that were found by Radomir and Carlos Corporate. We carry out some experiments on another purpose, collected from the journal Spark, and considering all these patterns. And actually, well, in the case of the category, the humor category, accuracy started to be decent, nearly 90%. But maybe what it could be, apart from numbers, because the numbers, as it was said yesterday, could say not a lot or really nothing. And what is important to understand what are the features that could help. There isn't the magic feature that, of course, as you can imagine, help us to recognize most of the cases. But, yeah, well, we consider, we filter the features on the gain approach, and in order to have an idea of what were the features that help us more to recognize the numerous cases. And the perplexity is the one, well, if you remember the example of before, so once you, you have a sequence of words that you have learned the probability on what could be the next one on the basis of you did it on the basis of the British national purpose, for instance. Then if there is someone that has not been covered, could be likely that is a case, at least not a standard way to use that word in that sequence, but also the adult slang, relationship, nationality, so the sort of humorous domain, semantic ambiguity also help, and the rest a little bit less. But what probably is more interesting, even if preliminary, as I said at the beginning, was what we started doing with respect to irony detection, especially because it's interesting for what? For opinion mining, nowadays, taggers that, polarity taggers that, well, first of all, have to decide if the text is objective or subjective. In case it's subjective, they have to understand if it is positive or negative, so if the opinion is positive or negative. And in this, the irony is employed. Quite likely would happen that at the beginning, talking about a certain aspect, a certain product, a certain service, it is written something positive. Oh, the hotel was very nice, and so on and so forth. Thinking that, and then at the end, I mean, what is added could really change completely the overall polarity of the overall opinion. So it's important for enterprises knowing about their products, their services, not only in terms of a percentage, okay, well, a certain amount of opinion is positive, a certain amount is negative, okay, this is also important. But talking about the negative opinion, these are the most informative ones, because only mining the information from there will help the enterprise to improve its product and services. And in case of irony, quite likely, in most of the cases, if, for instance, a negative opinion is tagged as positive, so it doesn't belong, it doesn't fall into the negative. So, right, we started thinking about doing some experiments on irony detection, because we have seen that with respect to humor recognition, some of the cases irony was employed in order to try to be sort of funny. Certainly, there is a certain overlap. There is an overlap between the two figurative language devices, humor and irony. But okay, irony is something more subtle, something more potentially difficult to detect. And this is what we thought at the beginning and what we still think now. So nothing really changed. So we knew that the model we came up with for humor recognition wouldn't have been enough for irony detection. But we started from there. So we started to use some of the linguistic-based patterns that we employ for humor recognition. So some low-level patterns that we have seen, like a part of speech, n-grams of words, polarity, as I said before, effectiveness, that we also use for humor recognition, so emotional content. But we started also to add something more on top of that, like the cognitive content. There is a dictionary, the Whistle Dictionary, which was built by psycholinguistics. And take into account in a word also, for instance, its pleasantness, so its degree of pleasure that this word produces in our mind. So we play a little bit with this information, and we started working with a data set from Amazon. We focus on the viral effect products. I don't know if you are aware of these cases, and so not only there are ironic opinions on this product that were considered ironic by the wisdom of the crowd. So some ironic opinion started with respect to some product, and because of the irony, some employed, some others started to give opinions, more irony. What was really important to Amazon, that I don't think we could care about irony, but what was important that these products actually were sold a lot. So since then, Amazon is interested in ironic opinions because they are important from a selling point of view. And in this case, these were also covered by mass media. So not only were considered ironic this opinion by wisdom of the crowd, but also BBC and many newspapers covered this case. So we consider a subset, as a positive subset, a subset of this ironic viral effect opinion. And as a negative, we carry out three binary classification. And in one we use some opinions, some reviews in Amazon, but not ironic. In another one we use opinions in Slashdot. And in another one from TripAdvisor, so different domains. And before showing us some numbers, this is the kind of example I was talking about. So this is a product that is well known on the internet, the Mountain 3 Moon short sleeve. And because of ironic comments like the one with the 5 stars on the left, I mean, these many opinions were made, and many of these t-shirts were sold. Just to give you a flavor of this kind of ironic opinion, I will read just one. This item has a wolf on it, which makes it intrinsically sweet and worth a 5 star by itself. But once I tried it on, that's when the magic happened. After checking to ensure that the shirt would properly cover my ear, I walked from my trailer to Walmart with the t-shirt on, and I was immediately approached by women and so forth, so on and so forth. And okay, of course, some other people say, hey, listen, I mean, I've been wearing this t-shirt since 1 week, but not a single approach so far, so what's wrong? But who cares? Amazon sold many of these products, so it became a sort of a well-known case. Right. So we thought, let's start from a sort of a model based on the rich version of the linguistic-based patterns we already employ for the model for humor recognition, and let's see how it works. Well, you see, I mean, the first experiment, nearly flipping a coin, 50-something%, so very poor results, 7. And okay, of course, if you use as a negative example of a different domain, like Slashdot, they are not a review on the products, the results were better. Quite strangely with the TripAdvisor, I mean, were even less than flipping a coin. So this, of course, made us understand that this wasn't the right path to follow. We consider some other patterns, included some further patterns related to the previous model, and something better, some other experiments were carried out, and we improve, adding some tuning, and adding more patterns, we achieved a decent result with classified reuse, more than 80%, not we didn't reach 90, but approximately. But then, okay, this, as you see, okay, actually the reviews there were pretty long compared to short text like tweets in Twitter. So we thought, okay, let's try to employ this enriched model for irony detection on tweets. I mean, on a corpus made of tweets, and let's see the result. Preliminary results were very poor, so we realized that this wasn't enough. As you can see, I mean, some of the results, if you look at the numbers, could seem good enough. But then, I mean, it's not social medium independent, so it changes a lot. It changes depending on the characteristic of the text of each social media. And actually with the Twitter, I mean, I think that was the challenge in the challenge. So we decided to improve this basic irony detection model because the enriched linguistic-based patterns we had come up with weren't enough. And we proposed for complex patterns that were based on were supposed to take into account the signature, the unexpectedness because everything has to be concentrated in 140 characters, but also this unexpectedness that makes potentially an opinion ironic. So this was important. Also, we were wondering, okay, style is something personal, but if due to the size constraint in such a way in Twitter, I mean, users were forced to follow a certain trend from a style point of view. And then also we wanted not only to consider the pleasantness parameter with respect to the emotional aspect, but also some others of the whistle dictionary. So more concretely, so with respect to the first set of patterns, the signature ones, we want to consider partners. We think emoticons could help, but in case of irony, you never know. We went through some example. You never know if the emoticon you use in order to make you laugh or just a countering because it's ironic. So actually, we didn't help a lot. Punctuation, sometimes punctuation marks would help. Then another parameter of this first set of linguistic marks is the counterfactuality in the sense that, as I said before, irony is an implicit way to negate what is literally said, but it's not because of figurative usage of words. And so we realized that adverbs like nevertheless help in noticing that this attempt of negating what was written. With respect to the temporal aspect, also we noticed that other adverbs that refer to time, like suddenly, now, sometimes they were employed in order to have a sort of opposition in time and to create the ironic effect on the basis of that. With respect to unexpectedness, we consider the temporal imbalance, so position in time in the same document, in the same text, contextual imbalance. Sometimes the text, even if short, wasn't so, the second half of the text wasn't really related, semantically related to the first one, and so there are measures that can quantify this semantic relatedness available on that Pedersen web page already implemented, for instance. And with respect to style,